From the fairy archives, where the smallest stories are often the most important, and where wonder has been carefully kept, for those who still know how to listen. Tonight, we open a very old story about a girl no bigger than a thumb, whose kindness carried her farther than size ever could. There once was a woman who longed for a child. A kind old enchantress gave her a barley corn to plant. From that seed, a golden flower bloomed, and nestled inside, on a petal bed, was the tiniest girl you could imagine. Thumbelina, she whispered, cradling her gently, and from that moment, they belonged to each other. Thumbelina slept in a polished walnut cradle, bathed in a flower petal, and danced on lily pads beneath the sun. The woman sang to her each morning, and the fairies visited her garden at night just to glimpse the girl born from bloom. But one night, while the moon was full, a clumsy toad crept into the window sill. "She'll make a lovely bride for my son." And with a plop and a hop, he took Thumbelina to the pond. When she awoke, she was stranded on a lily pad, surrounded by water and tears. But the creatures of the pond had kind hearts. The fish chewed the stem of the lily pad, setting her free, and a butterfly tied a ribbon to help her drift downstream. She floated past reeds and ripples, sunlight dancing on her face. The seasons turned, the stream dried. Thumbelina wandered through rustling leaves until she grew cold and weary. Then, in the shadow of a wheat stalk, a kind field mouse found her. "You may stay through the winter," she said. "There is food and warmth below." And Thumbelina followed her into the roots of the earth. But not all underground creatures were kind. The mole, who lived next door, wore velvet fur and spoke of tunnels. "You shall marry me," he said one day, and though the mouse was delighted, Thumbelina's heart withered. She could not imagine a life without sun or songbirds or sky. In a quiet corner of the tunnel, Thumbelina found a bird, a swallow, hurt and trembling with cold. She wrapped him in moss and fed him with droplets. All winter she cared for him, until spring returned and his wings were strong once more. "Come with me," the swallow said, "to the lands of sunshine and song." And so they flew, high above the treetops, over rivers, valleys, and skies, bluer than dreams. Thumbelina held tightly to his feathers, her heart finally free. In the warmest corner of the world, the swallow brought her to a meadow filled with blooming blossoms, and there, on the heart of a daisy, stood a prince no taller than she. "We have waited for you," he said. The flower folk cheered. Thumbelina smiled. At last, she had found her home. And so the tale lives on, carried by blossoms, sung by birds, and kept safe in the fairy archives, for anyone small who's searching for a place to belong.